urban complex based around mounds, the leaders were identified with the sun up in the heavens. We know the pharaohs of Egypt were identified with the sun. Certainly Akhenaten made it a brand new religion, the worship of that sun disk that Pachacuti, the Inca there in Peru, millennia after Akhenaten, also had a vision of the sun approaching him, and therefore he instituted this very focused cult of the sun. In religions that were held by just a small community of people, in great world religions, the sun dominates. I think it's an extraordinary thing that the oldest Christian mosaic that we have shows Jesus on the ceiling in mosaic of one of those catacomb chambers where early Christians were buried and where their families came to share a feast with them. There is Jesus, and what is he represented as? Not the good shepherd, not as a teacher, not as a healer or miracle worker. He's represented as the sun god, as Helios, in his first appearance in art, or certainly in mosaic art. He's shown in the sun god's chariot. He has the rays of sunlight coming from his head, like Helios. And this isn't just a syncretistic image. This is expressing something very important about those special individuals or spiritual beings who are believed to bring light to the world. The sun is itself, and at the same time, it is a symbol for the enlightenment, the change from, as Zoroaster would say, the darkness to the light that is an essential part of the duality that lies at the heart of so many religions. And finally, after the cave in the sun,
welcome to Shani V'chamishi. Oh, you can't see me. Well.
We encountered it first there in Altamira.
So that way is the sunset, and the sunrise comes from there. I was curious this morning to see the sunrise. It was pretty late, 6:59, and I came upstairs and I saw a colored sky, beautiful, but no sun yet. So this is really the crack of dawn. And this is the nets where people pray, daven, especially Vasikin. It's a special minyan where people wake up before it's light. I used to do it, and I used to really feel connected and fulfilled. And I felt like it's a more serious way of worship, and it's a more proper way of worshiping God, Creator God, Adonai, Hashem. Didn't give it much thought, but I definitely felt like a good servant. And that's what I was looking for at the time. So interesting, the sun and how it corresponds to many religions, and especially coming back from Japan, they have the sun goddess, a woman coming out of a cave and represented as the sun. Many shrines for the dead have that sun, but it's a human-like figure and the sun around it. But I just want to make a key point here that the communist Soviet Union also saw themselves as the sun of the world, and I think Japan believed that the sun rises first there. But again, just to stress the secular aspect of sun worship, there were many gates. We would see windows in Russia, gates, and these gates were shaped like a sun, spread out like a sunrise, and it's very interesting. And somebody told me that these old gates were made during the Soviet era, and it had to do with the fact that they had sun images, and they believed that the sun is they have the sun, they're the sun, the light of the world, but it was a secular concept. It was communism. So what was interesting about this is, of course, every religion relates back to this sun worship. Only Judaism stopped believing in the partnerships of gods, this concept of monotheism. And but still, the sunrise is still deeply ingrained. And of course, you don't have to look far to find pagan influences, because polytheism precedes monotheism. Even though someone said, maybe in jest, as a joke, that of course monotheism was first because someone had to invent the first god. But in terms of monotheistic religion. Of course, the Kaaba with the Muslims, even though it's a very strict monotheistic religion and a kind of classic and very strict with iconography, still the Kaaba is a pagan. Its roots is pagan, no matter what they'll say and change the story for it to fit the times and the message that they want to project. But interesting, the sun is definitely a big deal in science and our life and this planet, and it's a big deal. And hello, sun. You worship the sun, there you go. You got it right there.